Okay, our Unit 1 test is tomorrow, and it covers everything that's on your Unit 1 problem sheet. So you're going to have to ID sig figs like you did in the first part of Part B. You're going to have to, excuse me, put numbers into scientific notation. You're going to have to add, subtract, multiply, and divide and round correctly. You're going to have to graph like we did yesterday and interpolate and extrapolate and do all those kind of things. Tell me what's independent and dependent. There are going to be short answers straight off that short answer part in Part B. And you're going to have to convert and show me stuff that's on this page. So the three sections that I show up the most on the test that tend to be missed are these. So this is why we're going over them. So the first part is the conversion part. So if we have conversions, we want to figure out what's going on with the conversions and figure out how to do them. Again, it's very simple. I will give you this little chart over here because I'm being extra nice for no apparent reason. So again, remember that.
One brief announcement. Attention all students who have requested a schedule change last week. You must be reporting to your original first block class. Counselors will be reporting to your classroom and giving you your schedule changes. All students must report to the original first block class. Thank you.
Okay, so again, we started the dash and the dash is 0, and with the exception of Senti, which is our freak, we jump by 3. So this is going to be a 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and this is going to be -3, -6, -9, -12, -15, and Senti's our freak at -2. So then we look over here and we have a little p. Well, little p is clearly -12, and we're going to micro, and micro is -6. So if I'm going from -12 to -6, that's going up 6. So if this is getting bigger by 6, this has to get smaller by 6. So I just chop off 6 zeros, and we're going to have that. That's supposed to be a 0. Then we have tera. Well, tera was 10 to the 12, and kilo is 10 to the 3. So if I'm going from 12 down to 3, that got 9 smaller. So this has to get 9 bigger. So it's going to get 3, 6, 9 bigger. So it's going to be 0.589. If I'm going from peta, peta is 15, down to giga, which is 9. Again, if I jump from 15 down to 9, that's 6 smaller. So this is going to get 6 bigger. So 3, 6. Means I'm going to have 57.36. And then the last one, we have micro is -6, and mega is +6. So if I'm going from -6 up to +6, that's going to get 12 bigger. So this is going to get 12 smaller. So 3, 6, 9, 12. It's going to be 0.279. Next, we have to get our 4 graph types, and the 4 graph types are again just the nice, this is linear, you need to know that that goes with y equals mx plus b. We have the one that goes this way, that's going to be negative direct, that's going to be y equals -mx plus b. Then we have this one that goes woo, and that was the exponential one, and that's y equals kx squared, and of course has an exponent in it. And this one was the inverse, and that one had the y equals k over x. So you need to know how to do those. In our last section, what we have to do is solve our little triangle. So if we're looking at our triangle here, again, this is the exact way that it will show up on the test tomorrow. So you will have SOHCAHTOA given to you here to hopefully help you. It will say degree mode to make sure that your calculator has to be in the degree mode. But this is the actual format that you will see it in. So you'll have C and 3 and B. So if you have this, you say to yourself, okay, C down here is 18, and angle 3 was 25.3 degrees, and then we're looking for B. B is up here. So you say, well, B, this is clearly the hypotenuse, And compared to this angle, 18 is the adjacent side. So if I have A and H, I say to myself, hey, A and H go together with cosine. So I'm going to say cosine of the angle is A over H. So that tells me cosine of what angle? 25.3 equals A, which was 18 over H, which is B. With my unknowns at the bottom, these two are going to trade places. So that's going to give me B equals 18 divided by cosine 25.3. So again, double check that your calculator's in degrees, and you're going to have 18 divided by cosine 25.3, and we end up with 19.9. So this would be 19.9. Really simple. If we are looking for number 2, in number 2 we have C is 45 and A is 32.5, and we're looking for what angle 3 is this time. So if C is down here at 45 and A is at 32.5 and we're looking for angle 3, then we say to ourselves, well, clearly this side is opposite and this side is adjacent. If I have opposite and adjacent go together with tangent. So tangent equals O over A, tangent of the angle, excuse me. And so since I'm looking for the angle here, I'm going to do tangent to the -1. And again, I'm going to have my O over my A. So I'm going to have the 32.5 over the A of 45. So this time you do second tangent, and inside you do the math. And that gives me, and again for angles, we just go to the nearest whole degree, so that's going to end up with 36 degrees. Super simple. Moving on to the third one. In the third one, we have B is 89.5. So again, we have 89.5 up here. And then we have angle 1 is 65.1. And we're looking for side A. And I say, hey, side A looks like it's adjacent. And this is clearly the hypotenuse. And again, A and H. Hey, that's going to go with cosine again. So I'm going to say cosine of the angle is A over H. So the cosine of 65.1 equals A, which is A, over H, which is 89.5. Now, since my unknown is at the top, it just stays there and everything else moves away from it. So now this is going to move over to here. So I'm going to have 89.5 times cosine 65.1 equals A. So 89.5 times cosine 65.1, and we end up with 37.7. So hopefully these three will give you clues as to how to do the rest of them, the answers to the other three, so you can check yourself on your own. All right there, and again, if I erased that too quickly and you don't like to rewind, those two should have turned out like that. So your test tomorrow will be remarkably similar to this. This is the only time I will give you a review sheet that is not the midterm. So do your best with what I gave you. Start off with a nice high GPA. Make me proud.